and I am the instructor of your CS1400 online section. Throughout this fall semester, I'll be teaching this course, and hopefully we'll be meeting very soon. I'll let you know when to meet, and you'll get a lot of announcement and feedback from me. So let me start with the required things that you need to know. I need to share the screen. So the name of the course is Fundamentals of Programming, and these are the required things that you need to know before you start with this course, like who is a professor. As I told you that I am the instructor of your course, and my name is Shoykot Dash. I'll show you how you can find the course syllabus in Canvas, and you need to know the runestone, which is the uh, reading materials things that we already have listed some of the reading materials in runestone. You need to um, get the access to the runestone, but you don't need to purchase the subscription, and I'll show you how the course works. And this is me. This is in the Timpanogos peak back in 2024. uh, don't worry, I love hiking, but we'll see uh, how do you like me in this course. So you could either call me Dr. Dash or Professor Dash. I'm the assistant professor in computer science department. I already completed my PhD from University of Memphis. My research was on cybersecurity with machine learning. Where you can find me, this is the location, CS suit 520 number D room. You can find me there. I think I can best be described by my students. These are some feedback from my recent student SRIs. Some of my students told me like he was flexible with due dates if you asked nicely. The professor was really great at being merciful and answering questions. He was open to help me when I needed help, or was always available and willing to help. Professor was helpful in class despite the difficulty of Choreo. Choreo was a platform that we have used before for the 1400, but now we are not using Choreo anymore. If I ever had a question for the professor was already quick to respond. I enjoyed how he explained how to do everything into detail, very helpful. So I haven't changed anymore. So these are my recent feedbacks. So hopefully I'll be giving you the same service what the other students got recently. So how to meet me? So the preferred way of communication is the Canvas message first, is because I've been I'm actually teaching several courses and several section of single course in this semester. So it is really hard for me to find you that, for example, if you're sending me a message in Teams or through email, it is really hard for me to find you, like uh, which class you have taken or where you're from. So if you are sending me a message in Canvas, it is really helpful for me to find you, like, well, you're from that particular section. So I prefer the Canvas message. Alternatively, if you don't have the Canvas access, maybe you are in a travel or going to a remote area, so you can send me an email to that email address. But make sure when you send me an email, you need to mention the course name and the section. Otherwise, it is really hard for me to find you. Well, I have two types of meetings, in person and virtual meeting. If you'd like to meet me in person, the room is like CS suite 520 number D room. In the virtual meeting, we can meet in the Microsoft Teams. So in either way, you need to schedule the meetings. These are my office hours, Tuesday and Thursday. Those 2 hours are virtual. In Wednesday, this 1 hour is either virtual or in person. So only the in-person meeting you can attend is like 2 to 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Otherwise, you can schedule a meeting on any days. Or if you have a different time, so send me an email or send me a Canvas message. We will find an alternative time to meet with you. So in either way, you need to schedule a meeting before you stop by. Otherwise, you may have you may be seeing some other students talking to me on that particular time. So make sure you schedule a meeting before you stop by. And how to schedule, I'll show you how to schedule. Now, let me go to the syllabus, but before going to the canvas, I would like to finish this presentation. Runestone, how you can access it. I will show you how to access it. No, you don't need to purchase the subscription. How the course work, you need to see the syllabus. For any 3 credit course, students should expect to spend at least 9 credit hours per week completing those course activities. So make sure you mark your calendar that these are the 9 hours that you will spend for this particular course. And I strongly recommend that you schedule the class and homework timely in advance and meet me in person thrice. So not necessarily you need to meet me in person. You can meet me either online or in person, but there are some extra credit link that you can meet me on those 3 times. And I will show you where. So this is the traditional learning curve of this course. So you can see here, first few weeks, the learning curve is really high, and then it is somewhat steady, and then again it's steeping. So around like 10 or 11 week, the learning curve is steady. The reason is like, since it is like a fundamental course, you need to learn the basic concept initially, and you need to start working with those concepts. When you have already learned most of the concept, then you will implement those concepts. That's why at the end of the semester, the learning curve is really flat. So keep in mind, you need to uh, spend more time in the first few weeks, at least first 5 or 6 weeks. Okay, these are the helpful resources. Make sure you know who is the I will let you know who is our instructor assistant. But right now I don't know who is that person. As soon as I know the person, I will ask him or her to send a message through the canvas. Um, and you can find those IS in the CS tutoring lab in 720 computer science building. Make sure you know there is a Microsoft Teams channel. You can send messages there as well, so that if I cannot answer any question, maybe your peer can answer. Asking help for your classmate, it is okay, but do not use any code that you don't understand or describe. I might call individuals for code clarification if I suspect. So do not do these things. But you can ask help from your classmate. This is okay. At any point, if you don't know what to do, you can always ask me. Okay, if you have any question, feel free to send me an email. This is my email address, my first name dot last name @uv.edu. I'll show you how you can schedule office hour. Uh, okay, so this is the home page of our CS1400 X01 section. You can see there are a lot of tabs: syllabus, instructor information, course schedule, and some helpful videos. And since we have like 14 weeks, so I have separated each week to uh, each module. So there are like 14 modules. I'll show you what's inside the syllabus. So you can also navigate the modules from the left side of your module. There is an announcement tab. Make sure you check the announcement once a week, or it is better to turn on the notification. I try to send the announcement early each week, so that you will know what you need to do for each week. So make sure you turn on the notification, so that whenever I send an announcement, you will get those announcements as soon as possible. From the modules tab, you can navigate the modules, or you can go through this way. This is the syllabus. Let me go to the syllabus first, or I can go to the modules to show you how you can find the syllabus from there. So this is the modules page. The first module is the course orientation. You can find the syllabus here, the very first one. Let me go to the syllabus first. These are the basic information. And in either way, you need to schedule an appointment with this booking page. When you click this page, this will navigate you to a different page. So you could choose either an in-person meeting. In person is only Wednesday. If it is an online, you can find all 3 days. And these are the time. If you need extra time, make sure you just book like consecutive slots. But each of the slots is like 15 minutes. Okay. And this is the booking page. You can also find the booking page here under the course orientation. You can find that office hour booking page. Okay, let me go to the syllabus again. This is the very fundamental course in computer science. You need to know um, uh, some basic things in this course, and eventually you will learn Python programming languages. This is the textbook, how to think like a computer scientist, but you don't need to purchase the book is because this book is totally free. For online version, you can go to here, or I already have created a reference copy here. You can find the Think Python PDF or the Think Python 3 online version, or these are the materials. Either one is fine. Now, the Runestone is a platform where they have built an online platform using this particular book. So what we have done in this course, you can find a lot of reading materials that are covered in the Runestone. So to get the access to Runestone, you need to sign up using this link. Whenever they're asking you the course name, make sure you use this exact course name. Otherwise, you cannot enroll to my course. And then do not use the create course section is because this is only for instructor. If you click these things, it will hold for the instructor verification. Do not do these things. So once you are registered to the Runestone, then you can only access the Runestone reading materials. But make sure they are in the canvas. So you don't need to go to the Runestone to get the to know which assignments are required to read. You need to find those information from the canvas. So let me show you what are in each modules. You can see here each modules are designed into different section. The first one is an overview. For an example, this is the week 1 overview. So in this particular page, I show you that what you need to do. For example, like these are the reading things, these are the submit things, these are the discussion, these are the looking ahead, like you need to do those things in the next modules. So at least some idea that what you need to do in this particular section, particular module or particular week. And make sure you read these things because this is like a must reading. Must read what is the required learning. So what materials that you need to learn in particular in each of those modules. So in the first week, you need to know what's inside the syllabus. Then these are the required things that you need to know in the first week of the semester. But the good thing is like since we're starting on Wednesday, so I am treating this week as week 0. So eventually the week 1 will start from the next Monday. So you have some time to getting used to with those materials. So these are the required things that you need to know for each module. So in each module, you can see those the pages like overview and mastered things, overview and mastered things. You need to go through those pages first when you start on each module. Okay, now here you can see that there are 2 types of reading things. So each of the module are divided into different items. Like discuss is like a discussion, read is the reading materials, submit are 2 types basically, labs, and PS lab means like project supporting labs. I'll show you what does that mean. Then the project. So if you go to the assignments in the syllabus, let me close those tabs. If you go to the syllabus, you can see 5% are the reading materials, 5% are the discussion, 5%, 10% are the lab assignment, 5% is the project supporting lab assignments. There are basically 5 projects, each will carry 8%, so in total 40%. There are 2 midterm exam, each will carry 20%, 10%, in total 20%. Final exam, which is like a final project, which will carry 15%, and you will get 3 extra credit points. So what are those 3 extra credit? 1% is the final exam bonus question, 1% for submitting the SRI, and 1% for meeting with your professor. So these are the links, these are the dates, and I will update those links. So we'll meet August 22nd at 1 p.m., 1 to 1:30 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. These are the 3 days I have scheduled for 3 different meetings. So to get this 1%, you need to attend all those 3 meet your professor meeting. So those meetings are basically get to know each other, get to share the feedback, or if you have any other question, you can discuss those things in those meetings. Well, now the main thing is like the main difference. Now I'd like to show what's the difference between the lab assignments and the project supporting assignments. So lab is like just a lab work. You can see each of the lab assignment designed to help you master the concept covered in the course. Before starting a lab, make sure to review and understand the related reading materials. Complete these labs each week is essential for building your skill and reinforcing what you have learned. The project supporting lab are special type of lab that are designed to support your course project. Since you have seen 40 and 15, 55% are the lab projects. So they are really a big chunk of your grading. So you need to finish those labs very, very carefully and efficiently so that those labs are really helping you to finish the project completely. So those labs are designed for those particular labs, and make sure to review, understand the reading materials, and complete those labs. I'm sorry, these labs are smaller, focused tasks that contribute directly to your larger project work. Completing them will not only help you stay on track, but also make it easier to finish your project on time with the confidence. So there are like 5 programming projects. This is the part of this whole project. You need to know the main project idea, what we need to solve in the whole semester. This is basically focusing on a challenge that builds the skills that you need to develop the ship's critical system. You need to read this concept, the project concept. They are also in the course orientation modules, project overview. You need to read these things before starting the project. There are 2 midterm exam, midterm exam and the final midterm exam is not like you cannot make up an exam. So there is no option to make up for those exams. Final exam is the final project. Each week you'll have a discussion with the concept that we are learning. So important thing about the reading materials is like, as I show you that there are 2 types of reading materials. One are from Runestone link, another is from Canvas pages. Be sure to complete all assignment reading. And then when you are done, you have a quiz on each reading material. Just this is basically a consent quiz that you are consenting that you already have read those materials, and then you will get the full points. There is no assessment actually. So on that assessment, you actually acknowledge that you understand the instructor may assess your comprehension of those materials at any time through the question, informal assessment, quizzes, or other instructional methods. So this is basically a consent. Whenever you are okay to sign that consent, you can submit that reading materials. So typically reading materials are due on each Monday, and the labs and the project supporting labs are due Tuesday. So basically labs are due Tuesday and Thursday. If there are any project supporting lab, they are due on Wednesday. Projects are due on Friday. Exams are due. The first midterm exam is due on the 6th week of the semester. Then the 13th week of the semester, Final exam is in the final exam week. Discussion are due on each Friday, but not the very first one. I'll show you what is the very first one. Yeah, you can see on each module, there are like two types of reading. One is like runestone. When you click this one, it will navigate you to the runestone page, but make sure you register to the runestone first. Otherwise, you cannot access this particular page. And these are the reading things that you need to read. And the second type of reading is the canvas reading. So this is like a canvas page. You need to read the whole thing from the canvas. Once you are done with all of those readings, then there is a consent, a quiz. You need to submit the consent of the reading. There is no assessment, there is no question about the reading, just the consent. Then for the lab and project supporting lab, you need to submit those things in Canvas on those particular dates. And the project is also submitted in Canvas. Same thing for the discussion, and you can find those information from the calendar as well. When you go to the calendar and then choose your course, sorry, like if you choose 1400 X01, you can see what are due on each week. So this is basically your calendar. You can mark on your calendar as well. So these are the deliverable on each week. Okay. Let me go to the syllabus again. These are the runestone things. Let me see what I missed. So these are the runestone terms and condition. Yeah, and whenever you are accessing, you need to access the runestone, make sure you register using this particular information. You need to install Python 3.13 or later. It's better to install an IDE on your own computer. And this is the regular grading scale from 93 to 100A, so on and so forth. These are the percentages of assignments. Late work policy, all assignments are due 11, 59, 59. Assignments are penalized 10% per weekday after the due date to a maximum of 20%. Late work may or may not receive the full feedback. There is no makeup exams, so you will have 2 grace days. That's the good thing, to be claimed for any programming project, not all assignment, only the programming project. During the semester, you really should have no reason to hassle me about grades or extension. This is good for you and good for me. When you're using a grace day, make sure let your instructor or the INO. Okay. One important thing that I need to tell you. So these are the student responsibility. You are responsible on the student reading materials on each module. And these are the instructor responsibility. Whenever you have a message, I'll try to respond you within 1 business days. If there are multiple messages, I'll try to send an announcement. I'll try to provide the timely, meaningful, and constructive feedback on an assignment. In case you don't get the feedback, let me know. It is really bad for me when I see at the very end that I haven't given you the feedback on time, which actually affect my SRI as well. So instead, what you can do, if I'm not giving you feedback, you can send me messages. That is the good thing compared to the points what you have entered to the SRI. Well, the academic honesty is really an important thing in the era of generative AI or AI. This is really hard for us to track you down. So the important thing is like, I don't mind what you are using an AI or any help. When you submit your work, you are claiming that it is your own work, that you understand how and why it works. This is the important things, regardless of anything. And it is appropriate to use external resources, website, other student to identify useful tools or concept to learn. But it is not appropriate to copy work from external resources, regardless of how little of work is copied. Do not read any other student's code unless explicitly authorized. If you're not sure, what you need to do or what is acceptable or unacceptable, ask me. So uh, during the semester, if I think that your code, like this is not your code, I may ask you to uh, I may ask you for the code clarification basically. So you may have seen, or maybe you'll see if your code is not up to the standard, or if your code is like way standard, not up to the standard, basically way standard. For example, if I haven't covered any materials, but you already have done those things, you have like a very uh, extraordinary level code that we're not expecting as a freshman student, then definitely I will ask you for the code clarification. Well, whatever it is, if finally it is a dishonesty issue, on the first instance, the student will be assigned a non-replaceable zero grade of 0 for that particular assignment. In addition, you'll receive a one letter grade reduction in the course. In the second instant, basically you'll receive an E grade in the course and immediately be removed from this course. These are the technology support services, and these are the other review policies. So this is the welcome video basically regarding the syllabus and how the course works. If you have any question, feel free to send me a message in Canvas or send me an email. And as I told you, this is the booking page. You can find it from the modules under course orientation. This is the office hour booking page. You can book an office hour with me through this page. And the very first meeting with you is the 22nd at 1 a.m. p.m. So I look forward to meeting all of you. So happy learning, and as always, whenever you have any question, feel free to send me out. Okay? Thank you.